Good afternoon, everyone. This is Grey Wolf for Grey Wolf's Gaming Corner, and I'm back to you with another segment from Star Citizen. So, last time I was playing Star Citizen, I was recording a video, and I wound up deleting the video because what happened is I decided, in my infinite wisdom, I was going to do a cave mission for the first time. And the cave missions are basically the investigation missions where you're looking for somebody that gets lost. There's probably one. If I go to my Moby Glass, there's probably one in contracts right now. Yeah, missing her persons report. And this one's more expensive. This one's not a cave. This is more of like they're in space somewhere, and you got to go find the ship's remains. So these ones typically are in the caves. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one because I want to do some mining. It's not even about finding the guy. I am not going to try to find the guy. Honestly, doing those solo I found out is a big mistake. If you bring a bunch of flares with you, I guess you can get out, but I don't even know where to get the caving flares, to be honest, at this point. So I'm going to go down and do some mining. And that's if I didn't lose everything that was on my person yesterday, because unfortunately I had to log out. I had some kids to go pick up. I had to help make dinner. I'm a family man. My wife needs help. She can't do everything on her own, so I went to help out with that, and I had to leave. So when I left, I was still in this cave. I've been in this cave for like 3 hours just looking for the way that I came in, and I can tell you, the caves in this game, they simulate natural caving, what I understand of it, very well. Because you will literally be crawling through access areas. Oh, the cool thing is, it looks like it did save my backpack. And my helmet's still on, it looks like. Even though my stuff's not loading in real well. And I still have my gun, so I didn't really lose anything. And I have all this ore to sell. So maybe what I'll do is I'll try to find a place to sell the ore first. Go to a mining outpost somewhere. But before I do that, I'm going to grab some more ammo. Because I did lose a bunch of ammo yesterday. And the other thing I can probably do is go ahead and turn my flashlight off. Because I don't really need it.
Let me know if there's anything I can help you with.
And I have no idea about my ship, because honestly, guys, my ship was outside on the planet's surface yesterday when my game crashed. So it's probably still out there somewhere. I don't know. We're going to see if we can find it. I'm going to buy a little bit of ammo.
Hi, welcome.
In my frustration, I started shooting the gun just to pass the time.
The terminal over there has a few more items than what's on display.
No, I just want to go back to the same
I think you're going to be happy
product
with that.
I was looking at. Okay, grab a few of those. I still have my multi-tool. Seems like everything on my person was saved for whatever reason. Maybe because I was on the planet. You know what? Let's buy a sandwich. We'll eat a sandwich. It's made out of Godmother, apparently. I don't know how it's going to taste. We'll find out. And then we'll grab a fizz triple berry.
I think you're going to be happy with that.
Because I need to eat, so I need to drink. So let's go to my inventory. My head is still missing at this point, which is kind of funny. And it looks like I can't rotate. Yeah, the server's acting up pretty crazy. I can't even equip on my helmet. There's no armor in there. This one's showing the ammo that I just purchased. Okay. So carry. So I shouldn't be able to drink because I believe I have my helmet on. Yeah, you can see my helmet in the silhouette, but for whatever reason it won't let me click on my helmet. It won't let me click on my helmet or put it in my inventory. It's like it just hasn't loaded in yet, maybe. Crazy error. So at this point, we will just go grab the metro, I guess. Hopefully it will load in a minute. Maybe I'll leave the game and come back. Because I can't really eat until...
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
I got a backpack and an armor suit full of ore.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
Nope, helmet still hasn't loaded in. Okay, you know what we'll do? We'll get to the spaceport. Alright, we'll just put the in the backpack for now. We'll put this in our backpack. See if anybody else has this bug. It might totally be related to the fact that I logged off not in a safe space yesterday and I was... Okay, so they're saying to relog, so I will do that. I do want to, okay, so they're saying EVA puts it back on too. I mean, because technically it's on right now. I could do that. So let's go get our ship. And we're not going to go to the Microtech cave first. First, I'm going to go... First, I'm going to go to a mining outpost and attempt to sell my ore. All right. I just want to see what these ores that I got are worth, if it's even worth doing.
Remember, your belongings belong to you.
So let's grab our little Aurora out of here.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval
Oh, and it's
system.
not even, it didn't even destroy my ship. So if you get stuck in the cave, apparently, or at least for me, if you log,
Keep a careful
Please
watch
visit
of
us
all
again.
valuable items.
Goodbye.
okay,
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
it is in hangar 2, okay. So it's in hangar
Please visit
2.
us again.
So if you get stuck in the cave and you log, apparently you'll be back here, unless somebody brought me back. But I don't believe so. I don't believe anybody rescued me. I'm pretty sure I just was kind of screwed. I did complete the mission, though. Stumbling around in the dark for hours on end, I was able to find the corpse of the person I was looking for. So, at least I did do that. And no harm, no foul, apparently. I didn't lose anything, so... Maybe they decided to do that because they made those missions extremely hard for somebody just starting out. I have trouble getting to my ship sometimes. It's really weird. It's like you jump when you get to the top step. Okay, we're in the ship. And we're just gonna go to the first mining outpost we can. Okay. And then Alt in, we're gonna request to take off. Power up our thrusters. I said power up our thrusters. A little bit of lag here. You know what I will do before I do that? I just realized. Before I request takeoff, actions, Mobi-Glass, F1. We are going to go ahead and replenish our... Oh, I can't because it's basically saying I've left even though I haven't left. That's fine. I'll do it later. Why is it saying I have no quantum fuel? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to land. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop our... Okay, let's go ahead and shut the engines off. I should have been on... Should have had landing gear down. I guess I didn't. Oh, stupid button. There's some lag going on right now. Okay, so... Let's power off our ship. Auto land. I should be landed now. I may have to request landing again because, well, my landing gear's down. I am landed. But I may have to rescind my request for takeoff. I should be docked. Let's see if I can go ahead and refuel. Ah, it's not gonna do this. Okay. I'm even powered off. Okay, I think they're gonna make me take off and then come back. And literally I have no fuel, so I don't know how this is gonna go. Maybe I can just leave the hangar and come right back. Requesting landing. Okay, let's go back. Try not to crash into our hangar door. No, I shouldn't. Oh, I will if they close the hangar on me. Alright, let's see if we can open up the hangar again. Okay. Alt in. Alright. Landing gear deployed. Engines off. Alright, now, let's try this again. F1. It's just gonna, I think it's just a bug. Okay, we're gonna try the relogging. I think there's something going on where it won't let me. So we're quitting the desktop. And we're gonna relaunch. Man, I wish this game would just let me get a recording in without all these bugs. I am thankful I didn't lose everything yesterday, but this makes it hard to record anything interesting for you guys. This game has so much potential. It's got so much detail. And it just, even now, after all these years, it's a great game. And Chris Roberts and their team, they're going for like, they're going for the moon with this thing, but it's just these little bugs they need to work on. I mean, I know it's still an alpha, but come on, guys, your game's been an alpha for what, decade? Like, we gotta, at some point, we gotta start biting the bullet. I understand the whole philosophy of let's keep in development till we get it right. I get that. I agree with it 100%. And I know you're trying to develop a monster of a game. That being said, we got to get it working to the point where it can come to the market. That's the only problem I have with the way they did this is it's already kind of like pseudo on the market because of the alpha, and they know that, and they're making money off these pledge ships. And I know it's going into development, and I do see a lot of progress from the last time I was on the alpha in their defense. But that being said, at what point do we decide, hey, this is good enough for release, or hey, we need to back out of the alpha for a bit and just focus on grinding out development goals for 2 or 3 months until we can really put some polish into this, and then re-release as a beta, right? Like, I think you're at the point where you really need either some influx or something. It seems like maybe they're not making enough money to push development as quickly as they could. Just speculation on my part, but I've been a part of this project since 2012, and I've been back in the game a couple of times as my hardware levels have changed to try to play it, and now it's actually playable for me, but it's almost not playable because of all the weird visual bugs and loading glitches. And the frustrating thing is when you have to leave the game and come back, no matter where you're at, you're going to go back to your apartment, or if you're at the station, you're going to go back to your sleeping quarters. You're going to spawn back in. You have to completely go back out and do everything all over again. So while I'm appreciative of the fact that I spent 3 hours in that cave system yesterday and did not lose every item on my body, at the same time, I'm a little upset because of the visual bugs preventing me from leaving the station. So, like, right now, let's go ahead and get something to drink and eat, take care of our body's physical needs that exist in the universe. We'll probably take some medicine too, because I think we hurt ourselves a little bit in those caves yesterday. And I'm just gonna drop this because it seems to be what works the best right now. It's being a pig. Come play Star Citizen. You never have to pick up anything. Alright, let's eat this sandwich. This special sandwich that my godmother made for me. So apparently that sandwich doesn't give you much. Let's eat a burrito. Citrus beef burrito. Either that or my... No, I was going to say they're bugged out too, but no, okay. Now I'm doing better. Okay, I got food in me. Alright, so... And then inventory, we're gonna... Oh... Do I have... I do have medical pin on me, right? Yeah, okay. Whoa, that was weird. I didn't want to pop out of my inventory. I wanted to... Oh, okay. Think I'm hitting the wrong button, maybe? Trying to remember what the key is for, let me ask these guys. Go ahead and take care of my little bit of damage down there. Is it R? B? Okay. C pulls out and left click to use it. Okay. Pulled out and then... There we go. Alright. Not really sure how you put it back. We'll just throw it back in here. Oh, it wasn't trying to drop anything. Did I drop one on the floor? Doesn't show up. There we go. Okay. I tried to put it in a full slot. That's why. Makes sense. That's what the icon meant. Alright, let's go back to the spaceport. See if we can get out of here. And go sell this ore. See what it's worth. If the ore is worth more than any of these missions, then I'll just keep mining. Because I don't mind mining. Breaking the rocks is kind of fun. I might need to get some caving flares just so I don't get lost, but you don't have to go super deep to get ore, it didn't seem like. I wonder if there's any flares in here. I can check. I didn't check last time. Ooh, let's see. There's the med pens, oxy pens. Anything on the kiosk? All categories. Miscellaneous? I think it's just food. Yeah, it looks like it's just food. Okay, so no, I need to go probably to a specialty store for this. See if I can get them at the mining outpost. Missed the shuttle. Oh well. 18 seconds is not that big a deal.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
Still fighting a little bit of a cold. I'm working on it. A little slow on that mute button sometimes. Well, we'll see. We'll see what you know what? We'll just check it out. We'll see what equipment they sell at the outpost, if any. It's one of the fun things about this game is it's like its own universe. But you guys can discover this stuff with me. Unless you already play this game and know more than I do. That's good too, but but if not, if it's your first foray into Star Citizen, maybe you can learn from maybe we can learn things together. And the guy on the lower level.
We'll be leaving the station momentarily.
I don't think that was for me. Ooh, where's the state? There we go. Wrong way. Wrong way. At some point, I got to get better armor and gear too. For now, I'm not going to worry about it. One thing I do want to mention in this game, if I haven't done it before, is people are really kind, it seems like, as far as helping you out with a little bit of money. When you start out, you shouldn't be begging people for that, and I didn't even ask for that, but I was complaining about how hard it was to do some of these starting missions without any foreknowledge or anything. Just coming back to this, and somebody actually threw me 1 million credits, or 1 million of the I can't even say the currency, whatever currency it is. UEAC or EAUC or whatever.
For the latest updates on ship availability and gating items, please use one of the conveniently located.
And then you have people in here that'll just be like asking like specific questions. What do I get for this? What do I get for that?
Welcome.
Hopefully my ship didn't get impounded because of the...
Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Okay. Go to Hangar 4. Alright. But there's a lot of really good people on here that seem to want to help people learn and help show them where stuff's at. And, you know, it's cool. It's like... It's neat that there's... so many helpful people. Now, last time I came in here, my ship was completely empty of fuel. Why is that? I think it might have been because I left it outside the cave, and just by nature of it being on the planet, even though it was shut off, the fuel was empty when I came back. It could just be a login error, which I kind of think it might have been because I was able to fly it, even though it supposedly had no fuel. So we'll take a look here, see what happens when I power up. See if it shows no fuel. Oh, it's still showing no fuel. Okay. So I haven't requested takeoff yet, so I should be able to purchase fuel. Okay. We're gonna manually. We're back. It's saying I don't need quantum fuel. And we're gonna do the auto repair. And then refuel our hydrogen. And then we'll go to manual here. It says we're at full capacity. Okay. So let's close out. Now when we see that when we put the engines on, we should see our fuel. Yeah. See, even before, if you guys remember, when I put the engines on, it was not showing any fuel. Okay, so I requested takeoff, put my landing gear up. I'm not sure why I have a red radar contact right after leaving the hangar. That's interesting. Alright, so Probably don't want to just, yeah, cap my engines out like that. And then we'll boost, get out of the atmosphere. And I want to head for a mining outpost because I want to sell my ore. For the first time, I'm going to try this. It's all on my person, so I shouldn't have to carry a box or anything else. It's just what I could fit in my armor and what I could fit in my backpack. So, not knowing how you sell things to vendors, though, it's going to be a bit of a learning curve. Alrighty, let's see, put our QT engine on and see what we can see. I need a mining outpost. There's probably some that are closer. Not as far away as Crusader. There's the Terra jump point. You know what? I have an idea. Let's do this. Let's make sure we stay in space first. And then let's go, let's check our contracts, see if we can find a contract at a mining location. Usually these deliveries will be like, there'll be like a delivery at a mining location. So I just, if I'm gonna do one of these, I just want to do a single box though. Okay, so here's a mining location. From Point Wayne Emergency Shelter on Microtech. This is one from the mining facility. So let's do that. Let's do this one. Let's accept this. This one should be at a mining location. And I should be tracking it, but if I'm not... Oh, yep, I am. Okay. Good deal. And it's about the same distance. I just need to get out of the atmosphere, so let's go ahead and boost a little bit of a way out of the atmosphere. There we go. Let's start spooling up. And let's hit the old quantum drive. Now my quantum drive is upgraded, so this should be a pretty short trip. The upgraded drive. Probably get more lag than we will actual journey time. Alright, then we'll go to the mining location. We'll see if any mining location will allow you to sell. Wait for my quantum drive to spool down. And then what we'll do is we'll stay out here in space so we can go faster until we get to the like right above the location, and then we'll come down. Starting to learn how to fly a little bit better in this thing to get places quicker. So now at 10 clicks we should be pretty close. We can start coming down. And we don't need our quantum drive at this distance. So you have to be kind of careful at these mining facilities when you're coming down. You know, I'm coming down at a pretty good clip. I don't necessarily want to keep my engine cap at above 300, so I'm going to drop it down to about 300. And once I'm in atmosphere like I am now, I'm going to drop down to what the maximum engine speed is, which is less than that. And then we're going to slowly reduce our cap so that we're not flying at crazy speeds coming down. So the problem with these mining outposts is the winds and stuff at some of these places when there's a storm are incredibly strong from what I saw the other day, to the point where it's hard to land and it's hard to walk into these buildings. So you have to be a little bit careful. You want to get as close as you can. So I'm going to drop my gear. I'm going to come in on this pad. I'm going to come in a little bit to the right of this pad because I want to drop on the center. And the wind is going to kick me. So when I turn my engines off, I'm going to get kicked. Now, I don't really like that landing. I feel like I'm off the pad a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the engines back on. Lift my ship up a little bit. Come over a little bit, then drop again. Okay, that feels better. So now I'm on the pad. I'm going to power off. And then leave my seat. And one thing I'm going to check real quick, guys, is I don't remember if I put my helmet back on. And I don't necessarily want to go in here or get out. I don't want to get out of this thing without my helmet, because there's a good chance that the place I'm at doesn't have breathable air. A lot of these mining facilities don't. They're in places where... Oh, okay. So I have to... No, let's just store it. Okay, I did not realize this was an impound. Okay, so this is their pad, so they're not going to let me use it. Come on. See, it's not even going to let me take off. Okay, well, off your pad. I did not know your pad was restricted. You guys didn't tell me that. Alright, let's see if we can land right here then. Right here. Okay. That was a bit of a nerve-wracking situation. Especially since I had the med pin in my hand for some reason. Okay, off the pad. My ship's not getting put back in the hangar. Impounded, so that's good. I did not realize these pads were off limits. That's good to know. Let's go ahead and walk in here. Go through the airlock. Okay, so there's my package. But before I do that, I want to try to sell some stuff if I can. I'm not really sure how to do it. I have no clue how to do it. Let's see. Commodity shop, I guess. I want to sell. Okay, so 275 a unit for these. We're gonna sell all this. Oh, this stuff's worth a lot more at 275 a unit. Good to know. Now I have more in here, I know. I think it's my other location, like my armor or whatever. I have a lot more in here. I picked up the poop because I didn't know any better. Things you learn. So this stuff, the Had Knight's definitely the best. And I'll have to transfer, I think, the stuff out of my backpack because it doesn't seem to be showing up. So we'll go ahead and sell. Okay, so we sold that. The Aephorite and but the Had Knight seems to be the best seller, so we'll sell that from now on. So I made it just right there, though. I made what, 7,000, something like that. Transaction cost mismatch. Okay, this one is the only one that's having issues. Man, this whole place is shaking. Not really sure. I guess it's saying they can't take anymore. Oh, not really sure. Yeah, they got 792K, so they're not hurting for money. I guess let's try breaking it up into... Transaction cost mismatch. Alright, well, let's check my inventory. Let's back out of here. Let's check my inventory. So there's nothing in there. Yeah, I still have 23 Aphrodite in my inventory that I want to sell. So maybe if I put it in here, it's going to let me sell it. Let's see. Not really sure why it's not letting me sell. That should load the ore from there. Yeah, it might just be a bug on the location. Why is it saying transaction failed? Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. So in stock, they have this. It looks like they don't want to buy the other stuff, maybe, but it doesn't make sense because they bought the other stuff that I had. Oh, no demand. Ah, okay. So there's, or no, that's just other things. It says very low inventory, but it won't let me sell it. $152 a unit. Yeah, it's just it's not gonna let me sell it. It's really odd. And it won't let me do it in part. I have to sell it. Well, there we go. It just won't let me sell it. Doesn't make any sense. Nothing I'm doing, I don't think. Let me ask the group here. Shubin mining facility, right? Well, I guess I could split my stack. Alright, let's see here. So let's try that. Let's close out. There we go. Inventory. Alright, so these here, let's see if I can split them out into... Let's try 5 first, because I'd rather not have to split them that small if I don't have to. Okay, let's try that. And let's try this again. If it makes me split them into 1, then we'll do that. But let's try this first. All right. I'm not gonna do it. Is it gonna make me unstack them all? Because it stacks them back up. I didn't do that. That's crazy. Let's try maybe moving them around in my inventory. I don't know. Let's try splitting them again. We'll try that one more time. We'll just try splitting them all into 1. Like this is if this requires me to do this level of micromanagement, it's very aggravating. But again, stuff like this in this game, unless I'm missing something, this seems like a bug. Seems pretty common. Hopefully my ship has not blown away outside of its own accord. So you guys can hear the wind whipping around this little station outside. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. Let's try moving them one at a time. See it? Man. Wants to do them all at once. Hey, it worked. Okay. All right. Well, let's try selling all of them at once then. Now that they're split. Okay. I can't believe that's what it was. That's crazy. Okay. So, stuff like that in this game is right now. It just seems pretty. Just hit my mic on accident. It seems pretty normal. So now that we've done that, I've got this box to move. So I'm gonna pick it up in here, but I think outside I'm gonna try to move it with my. Because as you guys can see, moving a box by hand, it really sucks in this game. But I'm just gonna slow walk it out for now, just to not break my ship. But I was told, or I saw somebody using the gravity, the tractor beam to move boxes. So I'm assuming you can do that still. Oh, there was a sunny day for half a second out here. Alright, my ship's still there. So there's, as far as I know, there's no way to put this thing up underneath anymore for cargo. I think you have to put it in the box. Somebody in the comments correct me if that's been fixed and you can actually store it in this cargo area underneath, because supposedly in the middle here you're supposed to be able to store cargo. I watched somebody do a video where they put boxes up here, and I just don't know if that's still possible or not. I mean, I can try it. Give it a quick try here. So let's put the box down. We'll place it on the ground. Actually, you know what? We'll try placing it in the ship cargo area. Let's try that. I'll crouch for now so I don't bang my head. And then let's see if we can actually place it up under here, because there's supposed to be space for a bunch of boxes under here. As you guys can see, that's the intent at some point, is to do that. I wonder if the place mechanic will work for that. Let's try that. Will probably help if I could see. Doesn't look like it because I can't see anything. And it's not letting me put it. Wait. It almost looks like it would. Oh, it's so close. So let's, you know what? Let's try it. Okay. So this doesn't look like it's gonna work. Let's try it with the. Let's actually try it with the transporter or whatever, the beam, the tractor beam. Yes. Gosh, I can't talk today. All right, so I have this tool still on me. Utility. I should have the tractor attachment, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here. We're going to close out. And multi-tool. Okay, I got the box. Is there a way to like... Okay, so there's the box. Is there a way to rotate it? Yeah, okay. It's not gonna let me put it there. I saw somebody testing this. I guess it doesn't work, like, at all at this point. So for right now, we're gonna do this the easier way because it doesn't seem to want to work there, so that's fine. Okay, we're gonna put this down here for now. We're gonna open the door, lock this bad boy. All right, it's in the ship. Great. Let's see if we can get around it. Okay. Pick it up. And we'll throw it in the bed, and it will disappear into the ground. Oh, yeah, it went flying. Okay. So it is possible to do this, but it can be a bit of a pain in the butt. Let's try it again. But as you guys can see, it's a lot easier to carry this thing this way than it is the other way. It's just a bit annoying to try to get it to go in the bed where it's supposed to go. It's almost easier just to, like, put it in the ship and call it a day, but let's try this one more time with this. If this doesn't work, we'll do it the normal way. But I can't see how this wouldn't just slip in there. Well, oh shit. Pardon my French. I was so close. Let's try this again. Come on, box. Coming with me. I'm gonna break my ship if I keep this up, probably. Okay, that might be fine right there, actually. It's out of the way. It's not in my bed, but it's out of the way. So let's do that. Okay. Close the door. How do I holster this thing? Holster weapon. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now we sold all our loot. We need to take off.
Welcome to Republic Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check. Take off.
And we'll get out of the atmosphere. Because the atmosphere on this planet's a pain in the butt. Hopefully our box hasn't fallen out into space. Okay, drop off location. Yeah, Okay, so I need to get into the upper atmosphere. Power low. What's my power low warning for? Okay, so we'll spool up the drive. And then we're still obstructed. So let's go to this buoy over here real quick. Maybe this will get us clear of the planet.
Auto drive is now off. Landing gear raised.
Why does it say power low? Not really sure why I'm getting the low power warning. So I damaged my power plant by trying to load cargo.
Auto drive is now off.
Okay, so the location I've got to drop this thing, I'm guessing, is at Fort Tressler. Is that right? Nope. Never mind. It's on the planet. I'm over it right now, probably. Okay.
Auto drive is now on.
So it seems like the cave missions are required in order to find the caves. What I'm finding out. Oh, I went to the wrong one, but that's okay. It's not that far from the other one.
Drive is now off. Auto drive is now on.
Short jump over there.
Auto drive is now off.
So we made a decent little bit of money just doing some mining. With that being the case, you're not going to make millions with that. But for starting out with this ship, it might not be a bad idea to do some, just to go out and fill my backpack with just the hadronite. So I think you could probably make, I don't know, 30, 40K easy. Easily what you make for a mission, just doing some caving. And if you fly your ship right, the distance to the cave is not that much worse than going to any mission. But again, it's a matter of getting over your target, coming down on top of it versus trying to fly to it. The caves don't have a quantum point, so you can't just fly directly to them. You have to kind of fly to the closest point and then go from there. But the amount of minerals in the caves is significant. Like, it's not hard to go and mine. And I would bet in these games there's typically probably caves around a lot of these mining locations too. I haven't really researched that, but I would imagine that's the case. So let's not crash here. Let's see, how close is where's the drop-off location? There. So let's go to this pad, the big pad here, which should be a public use pad. It's kind of scary that last time, wasn't it? Your vehicle is being impounded. Your ship is being impounded. That's not something you want to hear.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay, so let's get over to the edge of the pad at least, so we're not walking a country mile with this thing.
Landing complete.
One thing I want to check real quick, just probably could have just gone F1 straight up, but just to see if they have any services here. Okay, it's not saying I need anything. A little bit of hydro fuel, but there's no repair, so not sure what the deal is with the low power.
System off. Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
It's off now. I don't. Yeah.
System
Who knows? I guess I should have just hit it a couple of times. All right. There's my box. So we're going to open the door first. We're going to carry the box just to get it out of the ship so we don't cause any bugs. And then I'm going to drop the box, or rather place it on the ground. Because I'm lazy and I want to save myself some work, so, and I want to play with my cool new toy. Let's go. Oh, did not mean to hit the button. Alright, stick it in there. There you go, Chief. We have successfully completed a delivery mission. We should see in just a second. We should see that we got paid. Package is not wanting to see if it does it now. It's in there now. Okay, you gotta let the machine do it. Okay, that's what I did wrong. You gotta let the machine register that you've placed the box. So there we go. 3,000 AUEC credits. Woohoo, we're rich. Okay, so now that that's done, you'll note on each of these mining missions, there's gonna be one of these commodity shops, which you can drop your minerals off at. Great. I don't have any more minerals right now. Do I have anything to drink on my guy? Don't remember. I don't think so. This stuff I don't need though. We can drop this. We're gonna give you some Ranta dung and some Amoshi plague or whatever that stuff is. Yes, here, have some lichen. Oh, see, it won't let me drop it there. I guess I have to move because the other items on the same space. Oh, I was gonna check one thing, and you guys just reminded myself, but I gotta check and see if there's any. Will you drop it out here? I don't need this stuff. Okay, can I drop it now? Okay, there we go. All right, cool. All right, now, what's one thing I forgot to check? I wanted to check is if they have that mining chalk people were talking about in here. Sometimes there'll be stuff in some of these containers that you can just pick up and take. Power cell monitor. If people are watching you though, a lot of times there's nothing you can grab. What are you working on, dude? No, just kidding. Let's see here. Yeah, nothing in here. Okay. That's fine. It's all good. So let me check the commodity shop. Just, I doubt it's going to be on here, but you never know. Okay, so if I go to buy agricultural supplies, gold, and waste. Okay, yeah, so no. Not in here. That's fine. Must have to pick that up somewhere else. Alright, so let's get out of here. And the last thing I want to show you guys before I end the video is if I can find a spot to mine, we'll do a little mining, but what I probably want, I might just look around here instead of going to a whole new area to mine, because this does look like the same place where the caves were, and I'm kind of curious to see if potentially there's these rock formations around here have caves that I could land near.
Welcome to Modern Space Industries. Enjoy one.
Oh, our shields are still down. I guess we'll give it a minute. Wait for our shields to come up fully. This thing has much better shields than it used to, but
Takeoff complete.
still not strong enough. I still get blown to smithereens every time I run into something at high velocity. She's very brittle. And man, it is hard to see much in these rock formations. Just curious. This many mountains, there's got to be some natural caves around here somewhere. Even if they're not a location. Unless they just didn't really make this area that that detailed. I think the easiest place to find caves is going to be just in the mission selector, but I was just curious to see if potentially you could find them. Just flying around, see an opening somewhere to investigate. Just want to get a little more altitude here. This does look like the same winter side of the planet where the caves I were on before that I was at, but doesn't mean there's going to be caves everywhere, but I would think these mountain formations would have some. And I would think this game would want there to be some value to you just flying around to find stuff. But I could be mistaken. Okay, so now we've got trees. Makes it a little harder to spot what we're looking for. Let's check at the base of these mountains over here. If we don't find anything, we'll do it the other way. It's just trying to save some time. Some time staring at the windscreen. It's interesting, there's a road down there. I do not see any. So it looks like we're gonna have to man, this terrain's awesome looking though. Look at how rugged this terrain is. Yeah, giant boulder outcroppings. You would definitely think there would be a cave somewhere in an area like this. But I see jack squat. Getting some low-level turbulence here. This thing handles kind of like a dog in atmosphere, to be honest. You got to really watch the crosswinds, or you wind up smashing into the side of a mountain or into a bunch of trees. So I think we're going to assume there's no... There's no caves in this area. One other thing I want to check, though, before I completely leave, is I'm curious, do any of these stone outcroppings on the ground here have mineable minerals? Be interesting if they did. And I don't know that because I haven't tested that. So let's go to this relatively flat spot here. I say relatively flat. Drop our gear.
Landing gear raised.
Oh, well, doesn't help when you haven't deployed your, you haven't raised your landing gear.
Deployed. Engines are off. Landing complete. System off.
All right, Launchpad McQuack. Let's go see what we can find. Oh, I didn't even shut my door. Good thing I didn't leave atmosphere yet. Well, honestly, I have a spacesuit on, so it wouldn't matter. But let's go to one of these outcroppings and just see. Just curious. I can't stay here long anyway because I have to go get something to drink. Oh, at some point. Tell you what, there may not be any caves, and it doesn't look like there's any minables here, but man, this terrain is awesome. Look how steep this is. You can't even see this wash from up there. It's pretty cool. Hopefully, eventually they'll add, and they may already have them, but hopefully they'll add more surface resources. So if you're industrious and you go out and look for stuff like I'm doing, you can actually find stuff. And I would love to see more like flora and fauna. Man, that's pretty cool. Look at that skyline. This computer doesn't really do this game justice. I wish it did. I know the graphics capability is a lot higher, and I've got it set pretty low just to make sure I don't have any issues. But I mean, it really does feel like you're in a different universe playing this. All right, so let's get back into our not remotely flat landed craft here. And shut our door. And I just want to show mining real quick. So let's see if I can get somewhere where I could mine. So again, typically if you're looking for a mining mission, you're going to grab these investigation missions. And you're going to go to these microtech caves. So close out of this.
Knowledge Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Alright, let's wait for our shields to power up here. And we'll jump off this rock and head for Microtech's cave system.
Takeoff complete.
So it is 1,100 kilometers believe that way. So we're gonna did I put my gear up?
Landing gear raised.
Yes, I did now. Yeah. Easy to forget. That's why I call myself Launchpad McQuack. Any crash you can walk away from is a perfect landing. Alright, let's see here. So it's 1100. There's got to be something that's, once I get into space, I can put quantum on. It's going to be closer than where I'm at to that. So I don't want to put you guys through that kind of flight time. So let's get let's get outer atmosphere here, and see if we can find a something to navigate to that's closer. So it's 1100. And this is 1300. So let's jet to the necropolis. That's going to get us close. And this is what I did the other day when I was recording my video. I went to the necropolis first, and then I flew my ship to the caves. And again, my beverage indicator is telling me I need something to drink. My guy is thirsty. So we're not gonna screw around. I gotta figure out how to get this stupid drive to. If anybody knows how to pop out of before you get, you know. Is there anything closer? No, doesn't look like. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get up into space again so we can boost our speed. But I think we're gonna have to probably just fly this 156, which is not long. It'll probably take me about 3 minutes, but that's longer than I wanted. I'm sorry, guys. My visibility sucks. 2,000 meters, there's a collision warning.
Landing gear deployed.
let's see, utility. Okay, so there's still a light there. This one that I just went up to. Here is what? Okay, let's go down further. Aphrodite. Let's see if we can find some of the good stuff. Okay, there's more Aphrodite. And this is where we came from. There's still lights. All right. Another one. So there's plenty of Aphrodite. If that's all we can get, that's probably fine. Because worrying about anything else might be problematic. And all of the same tunnel. Okay, so this goes down. This is some hard stuff, man. They're barely moving. Draining my battery. And this stuff takes some mining. So the goal with the mining is to get your, as you guys are watching, you're watching that little ticker go up on the left-hand side. The goal with the mining in this game, in order to actually break the rock, you have to superheat it to the point where it gets in the green. And then you have to keep it in the green long enough for it to, for the rock itself to combust. You can see the rock's now red hot. As it slowly climbs, it's going to heat, and eventually it'll explode. But I need to turn my laser off and back on again probably at least once in order for it to stay hot enough to actually, and I don't want it to go into the red, because if it goes into the red, that's bad. So there we go. Now you saw the rock break down. And there is my mineral, if I can get to it. Okay, there we go. Back up here. Oh, it's hard to get to it. Okay. So, alright. Should either have it in my hand. Yeah, I do. Okay. So we're going to store that in our backpack. And we're going to look for any more pieces that might have fallen down. Should at least be one more piece, I would think. Yeah, okay. It's not gonna let me grab it from here though. Am I literally gonna have to use my tractor to get the stuff that I just mined? Or if I crouch, can I get close enough to grab it? No. It's gonna make me do it, isn't it? Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. This stuff is worth its weight in credits. As you can see, I'm getting very thirsty, so I can't stay down here for very long. I'm not going to leave the main passage because I don't want to get lost. I know the door out is right behind me. So at this level, if I can get a couple of these spots, well, then it's all progress, right? Sorry about that. My dog wants to be on my video for some reason. But I've made good money, and I've not lost anything for going here. So I think this is another one of the same. We're going to check. Let's see. And then let's hit 1. Get my weapon out again. No, not that one. Let's switch back to our rock miner. Come on. So I'm just gonna mine this other spot, and then we're gonna get out of here. So I don't really want to die of thirst. We're gonna try and mine this other spot. And it looks like we probably don't need quite as much heat for this spot, so we're gonna slow us down a little bit just so we're not burning our, potentially blowing up our pyro tool here. Let's see if I can do it in the yellow. Maybe just over the red. I don't know if there's any risk to running it in the red, but I don't want to risk blowing up my tool, hurting myself, just to mine some rock. And I may get into mining in this game. It's kind of fun, honestly. At least this aspect of it's fun. It's very visual. You get to see the rock superheat and then it explodes. And you don't want to go into the red zone or it will literally explode as it heats up too fast. So you may have to turn the laser off a couple of times and then back on again with the left mouse button. As long as it stays within the green, you'll have your rocks and you won't lose your life or anything doing this. And I'm just going to continue to store. Check my inventory, see how my backpack is. Seems like we're pretty good. And I'm not even going to get a full backpack this time. I just want to grab enough of this to make this a productive trip. And then we'll go back and first we'll go back and get something to eat over at Port Tressler or whatever. And then eventually we'll go take this to another mining outpost and sell it. But for right now, I'm not even going to worry about that. I just want to show you guys. I just wanted to show you guys how to do this, right? You take a lost missing persons mission. You go in there, you grab some minerals, and then literally you just make your way back out. Same way you came in. You don't want to go too far down in the cave because, in my experience, it is a pain in the butt to figure your way out. And I might as well go ahead and hit this Aphrodite while I'm down here because this stuff is a lot easier to mine, as you can see. And it's still going to make me some decent cash. And I can finish filling my backpack potentially. Again, you want to make sure you keep it in the green, but you don't want to blow it up. Oh, I almost did it. I almost blew it up there, guys. Very close. This is very soft rock. Oh, there we go. I do have food on me. I just don't have water on me. I didn't grab anything before I left the spaceport earlier. Probably should have. Just remember to always have sustenance items on you. It takes a while to die of food or hunger in this game, but it doesn't take forever, so just make sure you're being mindful of the fact that you need to eat and drink. It's not as bad as some games. I think this game does a pretty good job of balancing that. But oh, I think this is another one I can mine. Yeah. Man, that was heating up really fast. The laser's being a little tweaky right now for some reason. Should be getting pretty close to a full backpack now, or at least a halfway full backpack. So not the most fun video, guys, just blasting some rocks, but it will show you how to make a little money in the game once you start. I highly recommend taking these cave missions, flying as close as you can there by going over top, and then flying to them. It will take probably about 10 to 15 minutes to fly to the cave. I'm not even going to mine anymore. I'm just going to, because of my low moisture level, I'm going to get out of here. But once you get here, you can land near the cave. Just be kind of careful because visibility outside this cave is extremely low, as you guys saw. And you can get yourself killed pretty easy. The good thing is your ship's marker is always there, so not hard to get back to your ship. And this is a pretty low risk level way to make a little bit of cash. You can do it without too much trouble. So let's check out our haul real quick. So in my inventory right now, I've got a 64% full backpack, and the majority of that is with Hadanite, which is what I really wanted. Hadanite's just a much better mineral to sell. It's a much higher value from what, at least right now, it's currently a higher value. So let's enter the pilot seat. And I'm going to take us back to port, and then I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. So, U to power up again. I for thrusters. Let's wait for everything to align here. Okay, shields are coming up. I should be able to take off. Straight up. Once we get into the atmosphere, we're gonna head for New Babbage.
Hydrogen fuel is at 50%.
Yeah, I know. So there's whole other aspects to mining, I'm sure. I haven't tried refining yet. I don't even know how that works in this game yet. I've pretty much just been selling my ore to the mining outpost like I showed you guys earlier. For starters, I think that's fine. Eventually I may try to get into crafting in this game. I'm sure there's crafting. I have not even looked at any of that yet, so look for more to come on that as I explore the game and try to figure out exactly what role my guy's gonna play. See if we can get out into space here. But for those of you who are discouraged out there with this game, who've died a bunch of times, don't worry about it. Just keep jumping back in. Keep figuring out another way to do stuff. Eventually, you'll find a way to make money. What I'm doing right now literally costs, the fuel to get out here, the gear. The gear is basically just the Pyro with the mining bit, and essentially your same flight suit and whatnot to get out here and do it. It's not hard at all. We're going to fly back to New Babbage. And so far I've only done the Microtech cave, and it's pretty fruitful, right? Like the ore I'm getting out of there is worth a few pennies, so it's just I'll try to earn 100k here or there, or 50k here or there, and not have to do a complex mission. It's a way you can do that. New Babbage. We're here. Kind of want to find the spaceport. It's outside the city. I believe it's right there. Okay, yeah. So you can kind of see it. Like, it's built to the side of this mountain, and it's not in town. It's away from town. So we'll go ahead and land real quick. Okay, I forgot to raise my landing gear. Or I thought I forgot to raise my landing gear, I didn't. But once you get close enough, you'll see it's got like blinking lights. And then if you request to land, by the time you get there, there'll be a hangar bay for you. But essentially, if you head for the blinking lights, you'll find the hangars. So, provided I can land at my hangar without wrecking my ship, this was a pretty successful little venture. I did a mission to pick up a box and drop it off. I found some minerals yesterday while I was mining that I was able to sell. And I was able to mine some additional minerals going to a cave mission. So I think I got to show some pretty interesting aspects of this game. If you're trying to make credits, at least, so you can buy better ships, which is kind of like the point, right? To buy better combat ships, eventually PvP combat, maybe some more combat heavy missions, that sort of thing. Obviously, mining is just, if you want to just mine to mine, that's fine too. I'm using mining as a way to get towards other ships. So it's not it's a means to an end. It's not an end goal for me. But there are huge mining ships in this game too, or there will be. That are just built around the purpose of mining, and I do believe there are ships already in game that can mine too. I just I don't know how advanced that portion of the game is yet. I have not even looked into it too deeply. Right now, I was just trying to get my pledge ship out and figure out how that works. So as you guys can see, there's now a blue indicator because I hit Alt-N earlier to request landing. So as I approach, they indicate what hangar I need to go into. And they're opening the hangar door for me. And I just gotta be careful not to run into the hangar. This game really does feel like you're flying. It feels like there's like wind and stuff like that, and there's conditions that you have to be mindful of when landing. It's not super difficult to land, but at the same time, it's not like ridiculously easy. It is, in this environment, it's pretty easy though. There's not much to worry about. It's like more on the planet side. Like I showed you guys earlier, that was a little bit more complex of a landing. So gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Drop down.
Landing complete.
Power down. Go ahead and leave my ship. So now that I've got back, I'm gonna go grab something to eat in the base. And actually, you can holster weapon because we don't need it here. I don't know if they would see that thing as a weapon. Probably not, but better to be safe than sorry. So if you have any fines, you can pay them right there. I don't have any fines. I'm not a criminal. Though that might be fun too. Piracy and stuff might be fun too. I haven't tried that yet. The Aurora LN may not be up to the challenge of player-on-player piracy. Probably is, but you have to know what you're doing.
Keep a careful watch on all personal items.
Okay, so here's the spaceport.
From all of us at Microtech,
What does this stuff do? Surface access, pedestrian and vehicle access. I will mess with that later. Right now I just want to grab the metro loop. And we'll go ahead and store our ship.
welcome to the new Babbage
Welcome
interstellar
to the
spaceport.
ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Please visit us again.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and store the ship for now.
From the best in shopping, dining, and entertainment. Be sure to visit
Well, I can buy. Oh, there is food here. Okay, awesome. I've never checked over here to see that. We'll buy food.
Remember, your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful watch on all
Go ahead and put our
items.
helmet back in our inventory. Close out.
Looking for a good time?
Granola bar.
Be sure to visit Wulf Bar at the promenade.
All right, let's get something to drink. Let's grab, this looks like a water. Grab that.
Microtech, the Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation
Okay.
meets innovative creativity. Ready to upgrade? Located in the plaza, the factory line has all of Microtech's latest offerings.
These guys get mad at you if you just dump it.
Microtech, the Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology, where creative innovation meets innovative creativity.
All right, let's finish getting recharged here.
Be sure to explore all New Babbage has to offer, whether it's the latest in cutting-edge technology or the beauty of our award-winning gardens. The city of tomorrow has a lot going on today.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm gonna grab a couple food items here and just quick buy.
Shopping, dining,
But
and
I think that's it for me
be
today.
sure to visit New Babbage's renowned promenade. From all of us
Just
at
so I have something to drink and eat for later. And I think that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me do some basic rock melting and mining, and showing you where the commodity terminal was at the mining station. There may be other places to do the mineral transfer as well. That's the one that I know about. If you guys know anything that I've missed in here as far as stuff I'm going through, because I'm kind of new to the game, if there's anything you can add, any depth that you can add, feel free to go ahead and put it down in the comments below. And again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great day, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.